for Yoga in Our City's virtual studio. I'm Anne. Now, please consult any medical practitioner you have. Whenever you start an exercise program, including yoga, and this is especially important if you are pregnant or nursing and or are taking medication or have a pre-existing condition. Now, a personal note this evening. Now, we're going to focus this evening towards the latter part of the brain dance. If you tuned in last week, we did most of the brain dance, but today we're going to go into it in more detail. And there's 8 different moves in the brain dance. And I'll tell you the benefits when we get there. But to begin this evening, our adaptive yoga is for every body, also for our minds, and in addition, for our spirit. Now, the important thing to consider this evening, and I hope for each of the sessions you join me for, is that this is for you. Okay? You have to be aware and mindful of your own body and your own needs. There's no way that you need to copy or imitate anyone else, okay? You begin to experience and feel in your own physical, mental, and spiritual body. That's the key. And also, we want to connect always our breathing with our movement. Okay, so to start, I'd like to show you some props. And usually we do foot massage. So I have my nice big roller and I have my blanket for at the end if we have time for relaxation, which I hope we do. Then I have my belt, okay, which I'm going to use for one of the asanas. And then, of course, we have our blocks. And this is very important, especially if your feet do not touch the floor. Okay. So we're going to start with an intention. And our intention this evening will be I am strong, I am secure. And we'll say that 3 times. I am strong, I am secure. I am strong, I am secure. I am strong, I am secure. And now you can close your eyes and just let those words resonate in your being. And if your eyes are closed, they could remain closed because we're going to move into our breath work. So this is also called pranayama. And the first breath we're going to do is the 3-part breathing. So we'll start with belly, then we'll go into ribs and then upper chest, and then we'll combine all of it together. Okay? We'll do 3 breaths in each of the locations. So let's begin. You can close your eyes or you can keep them open. And I'd also invite you to come a little bit forward on your chair because we want an active sitting posture. So to begin with, we're going to take our toes and our fatty part of the top of our feet right beneath the toes and press them into the floor beneath you. Now, in addition, we're going to take our hands, fists together, and ride them up the legs. So our legs are hip width apart and our pelvis just aligns beautifully with our lower body and upper body. Then we're going to move up and we're going to zip up our body so we become very aware of our alignment. And we want an active posture and we want to lengthen our spine. And to do this, we're going to take the shoulders, bring them forward up to the ears, and kiss the shoulder blades together so our chest and our breath can flow beautifully and freely through our body. The chin is parallel to the floor. And then we have our dristi, which is where the ceiling and the wall meet each other. And you do not want to go beyond that because you don't want to hyperextend your neck. So let's begin back to pranayama. So you may close your eyes or leave them open. Place your hands right on the belly and simply inhale through the nose and exhale out through the nose and or mouth. And we'll do this 3 times. Then moving the fingers up to the rib cage, and the fingers will meet right in the center of the rib cage, right hand on right rib, left on left. And again, 3 breaths, nice inhalation. Be aware of the active posture, shoulders back, allowing the chest to expand and contract. When we're finished there, we're going to take our fingers and bring them up to the top of the shoulders. You can place the thumbs on the shoulder blade and then bring the fingers back down facing the breast, or you can just lay the hands comfortably on your upper chest. And same, relax and have active posture and breathe. 3 breaths. Now relax the hands. You can place them on your lap or on your chair. And again, you're going to take the fingers and take the right cheek and the left cheek and just feel the sits bones on the chair. Again, active sitting posture, especially in the lower body, engaging the muscles. And now we're going to combine all 3 parts of the breath we just used for one full breath. We call this Dirga Pranayam. It's very important because it not only relaxes the body and all the parts of the body and our nervous system, but it also allows us to be awake and aware or mindful. And let's begin to breathe 3 full breaths. And then when you're complete, you can open your eyes or keep them closed. But now I'd like to do a mindfulness on your breath. So I'm going to ask you to take your fingers, place them on the lower belly. And I'd like you to inhale fully, expanding the belly. And then when you exhale out through the nose and or the mouth, take the belly and squeeze the muscles. Squeeze it. So it's almost like the belly or the core is going to push out to the back. Now again, do this 3 times. Push it out, push it back. So you're actively expanding and then contracting. You can be very aware of the belly by doing this movement, pushing it out and in. And relax. Now, next we're going to do our warm-ups. So let's start with the feet. Now, again, you may have a tennis ball or you may have nothing. So then what you could do is just massage your feet because remember all the nerve endings end in the feet. But for those that have the roller, let's just roll the feet forward and back. Beginning to be aware of any tactile sensations. Beautiful. And now you can put your roller aside. And if you were doing it with your fingers, of course, we would take the fingers and just massage, massage the feet. Some of you maybe have gone to a place whereby they do reflexology and they do pressure points in all the different parts of the foot. Then let's take the opposite. And again, massage and feel. Feel the sensations of your body. While your feet and your toes are enjoying this. Then bring the feet back down. And for some of our warm-ups now, we're going to take the ankles and make rolls with the ankles. Let's warm them up and then reverse. And then the opposite. And reverse. Then take the hands, place them on the knees. Now, again, you want to be safe, but you can wiggle a little bit further towards the front of the chair. And let's make circles with our knees. And reverse. Then take the fingers and just massage all around the right knee. Again, feeling the sensation. And this pressure allows the blood to flow through that area that you're massaging. It also feels really good. And then the opposite. Okay. If you want, you could pinch it, tap it, or like I'm doing, just squeeze and rub. Beautiful. And then let's move up to the hips. Circles with the hips. Remember, the hips need that synovial fluid. So important that we work and move our hips. And there's different postures, of course, to do that. Then reverse. And let's come forward and back. And then we're going to come back up and we're going to take the fingers and let's tap. In one of the sessions, we tap the fingers together and we can sing Sata Nama, Sata Nama, or whatever you'd like to sing. Or you could just hum, or you could remain quiet. Now remember, the tips of the fingers, a lot of sensitivity, a lot of nerve are ending here. And remember, as we know, our fingers, our hands are very important for functional movement. So we want to try to keep them, again, lubricated. Take the hands, place them together, and let's make circles at the wrist. And reverse. Beautiful. Shoulder rolls. Opening the chest. Active sitting position. We always come back to sitting mountain. Make sure those feet are planted on the floor in front of you. Press down and let's make rolls with the shoulders. And reverse. And then we're going to just take the shoulders and push them back so you're kissing the shoulder blades together. Again, leading with the chest, open and breathe. Nice full breath. And exhale through the mouth. Again. Beautiful. Now we're going to take the chin, bring it right down to the chest. And then look up to where that drishti is, that line where the wall meets the ceiling. Then chin back to chest. And again, 3 times moving the chin. The chest. Then looking at that point. Okay? Now next, after we do that, we're just going to take the right ear, bring it to the right shoulder, and then the left, 3 times each side. And of course, we inhale through the center, exhale as we move or extend to the right, and then back up. Inhale, exhale to the left. One more time. Inhale, exhale to the right, And then inhale and exhale fully to the left. Remember, we're synchronizing the breath with the movement. And it's always on the extension is the exhalation. And we relax into the move. Okay. Next, let's begin with our postures. And we're going to start just with cat-cow. Come forward and bend. Inhale and exhale. Now you could feel the movement in the spine. It is wonderful. Especially if you're sitting or if you're in a wheelchair and you're sitting most of the time, you just want to be able to move and nourish. And by engaging the muscles in the lower body, we are in an active posture versus a slumping asana like this. Okay, you don't feel that alertness. So you always want to engage the lower body, activate all the muscles, take those shoulders, open the chest, and breathe. Now we're going to build from the base up. So the next one we're going to do is called the figure 4. Now we're going to do different levels of flexibility. So in your lower body, you may be able to just take that right foot and just place it facing the left sole, facing the right sole facing the left leg. That's all you may be able to do. This is called the bound eagle. And this angle is going to lubricate and open up the hips. And then on your upper body, you may be able to extend the arms out to the side. You may have a great range of motion. So this would be level 1, then level 2, but you may be at level 3 in the upper body. Inhale 3 times and exhale. And relax the arms, relax the hands. Now we're going to do the left side. Now it's the same. If you're on level 1, you just want that left foot facing the right. And for your hands, you may be only on level 2. And out like this, open the chest and breathe. 3 breaths. Now, if you're on level 3, okay, or level 2 would be simply to take that right foot and place it gently against the left. And level 3 will be to take your strap, or you don't have your strap with you, a scarf or whatever, and you're going to take that right foot in the bound angle and bring it as high as you can up to the left thigh. And you could feel the hip engagement and also your groin. It's opening up. I can feel my right hip right here. And if you'd like, you can massage it as you do it. So you may be on level 3 on your lower body, in level 2 on your upper. Because remember, we're going to divide the body into halves. So we have the lower half and the upper half. Then we have, depending upon the level, so you could be at level 1 on the lower and level 3 on the upper. And then we have our left side and our right side. And again, maybe your left side is more flexible than your right. Okay? And breathe. Bound eagle pose. Then we're going to take this leg and bring it down and just stretch it in front. Do it 3 times, out and in. Beautiful. Now we're going to take the left, and if you're on level 2, you can place your foot right against the right leg. And if you're on level 3 and you feel you can go farther, or level 3 may be just here for you. And then level 4 could be way up where you really feel that beautiful stretch in through the hip and the groin area. This is definitely increasing the synovial fluid. Very good to stretch the groin and the hips. And breathe. level 1 on the upper body, level 2, and level 3, wherever you are. And then bring the arms back down. And then slowly lower. And then what we can do next is some of you maybe can take your blocks and place them on the floor in front of you. And I'm going to use both of my blocks. I'm going to take my left leg or my left foot, place it on the right, and my right and my left on the other one. Okay. Now what we're going to do is scoot your upper body and your buttocks closer to the chair. And we're simply going to start with a nice extension. We're going to stretch both legs at the same time out, so we're using our core. So you're going to take, this is basically the boat pose, okay? I changed this from the mat to the chair. Now what you can do is, you may be at level 1 and you want to just hold on to the sides of the chair. And maybe you're at level 1 in the boat pose and you just simply raise the legs and breathe in through the belly. Nice full breaths. Breathe out through the mouth. Again, boat pose. Now let's rest both feet on the blocks. Now you may be at level 2 and you're able to extend the arms and hold on to the back of the chair. Or you could be on level 3 where the arms are totally extended. And then we're going to do the same thing. We're going to use the abdominal muscles, stretch the legs out in front, and breathe. Beautiful. Boat pose using the lower abdominal muscles. Great. Now rest the feet back on the blocks. And then you're going to take the tippy toes and just press toe heel. Now what we can do is you could take your block and you can put it horizontally. And because we're in sitting posture, instead, you're going to put half of your foot on the block, and then your heels are off to the back, and you're going to stretch the toes up and then the heels down. So now you're moving the ankles on both feet. This is great because you can play and modify all the different movements. Okay, beautiful. Now, those were a few of the postures. Now we're going to move into our brain dance. Now, the brain dance is really for the health of our brains. You know how our brain, our body is all connected by a nervous system. So this will activate and stimulate our nervous system, but also keep it nice and calm. We're going to we call it the parasympathetic is the relaxing nervous system, and the sympathetic is more the alertness or the fight and flight. Okay, so to begin with, we're going to start with deep breathing, and our breath is going to be inhaling through the nose and exhaling out through the mouth, like okay. Now let's do that, and we'll do that 6 times. Ready? And let's begin. Come into your sitting mountain position, and let's begin with the breath. Inhale. Exhale fully. And now you have a lot of oxygen moving through the body. So just close the eyes and relax. You may definitely feel the sensations. Now, again, because you're in your own physical, mental, spiritual body, you want to take good care of yourself. Maybe 3 full breaths is enough for you. That's all you would do then. That's all you do. Okay? Some of us maybe can do a little bit more than others, but you follow your inner intuition. Now, next is what we call the tactile sensation. And we're going to start with our lower body, and we're going to take our fingers and let's tap right up. We're going to come right up the belly across and then down the other side. Okay, just tap. Okay. Or the other thing is you can rub. Okay, so you feel these wonderful sensations. This is called sensory integration. And your whole nervous system is experiencing the feelings. And then take the fingers and press the belly, and then the ribs. Then you're going to come around to the back, if you can reach at the back. Or you may prefer to take fists and do fists, the side body. Now our arms. Or you may want to rub. So you can rub, you can tap, you can pinch, whatever feels good. And then the opposite. And then the shoulders. And let's go under our armpits. Lots of nerves under the armpits. And then the opposite. So feel that tactile sensation. Or you can rub and scrub a dub dub. And then your shoulders. Then if you can, stretch the arms behind you. And if you can take your fingers and just kind of rub or massage the back, that's great. If not, you can kind of sit back on the chair and just kind of rub. You can still feel that tactile sensation. Beautiful. And then we're going to do our neck, our chin, then our face, our forehead, our ears, mouth, and all the way up to the top of the head. Feeling all the nervous system is responding to this wonderful touch, tactile sensation. Beautiful. Now, next it's called core distal. So what we're going to do is expand the arms. Inhale, and then tight, 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 come right to the core. So you're expanding. Now we can expand the legs. Okay, so we're reaching out, stretch, 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 distal, and then core. We'll do this 3 times. Stretch, 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 stretch the fingers, stretch the toes, come right back to the core. So shrink back to the core. Beautiful. Now our next brain dance has to do with the head and the tail. And because we have this wonderful system, right, our spinal column, we're going to start with the head and we're going to move the upper body and then lower. And this time you're going to really feel all of your spine stretch and open. So head and tail, and you could feel your pelvis and how it's moving. And this is the part that allows you to sit and to be actively engaged. And you want to always be aware of your breathing because you want to open and expand. You want to nourish every cell in the body, every cell in the brain. Beautiful. Now, next, that was head, tail, which is the spinal movements. The next one is called the upper body and the lower body. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take our head and nice and gently just rotate the head, and then reverse it. And then you're going to take the shoulders and just allow them to kind of move up and down. Okay, and you maybe want to bounce on your chair. Again, you're going to feel all those sensations. And then you're going to start with the legs. So let's move the legs, and you can tap on the floor. Tap, tap, tap. feel the movements. And you could even engage with the tactile and use your hands. Get it all moving. This is fun now. If you want, you could play music while you're doing this at home or wherever. Okay, and then let's move back and forth. Now we're going to do the body side, and the body side is the right half and the left. So we're going to divide the body. Let's start with the right. So let's extend out, hands on the right, and then back. Back. So you could do this movement, or you could take the hand and you could kind of kick the right leg out and the fingers coming down to the floor, or you could take the toes and wiggle them in the hands. And now let's do the left side of the body. So again, stretch it out. We're using all the left side of the body, the right half and the left half. And then we can stretch that right leg and come and move over to the side of the body. Beautiful. Now, next, we're going to do cross body. So for the cross body, we're going to synchronize our eyes with the thumb. So cross body, we're going to extend our right hand out, take your thumb, and you're going to follow the thumb moving right across the body with your eye. So this increases your mindfulness, helps you to focus. Follow it all the way, the opposite side of the body, and then come back. And you could also move it up and down. You could make these up and down, but stay with the eyes connected to the thumb. And then back again. Now the opposite. Okay. You take the thumb, bring it out to the left side. And then again, follow the movement, increasing your focus and mindfulness. It's called the cross body. Going right across the body. Then come back and you could do V's or you can do circles. And you want to stay and you want to move those eyes and follow that thumb all the way with the cross body. And then the arm comes down. Now the last one is called the vestibular. And we're going to do this sitting down. This is an adjustment. Sometimes if you were doing this in a regular kind of class where, let's say there's young kids and they all want to move, okay? You can basically do this same movement but standing, but we're going to do it sitting down. So this, you're going to kind of make the body into circles. Now, as we move our vestibular, it seems like we're getting off track, but it actually helps to increase our balance. And now we're going to reverse. You can move the arms. And now we're going to bring all of these 8 brain dance movements and let's shake it out. Let's move the body on the chair. You can bounce up and down. This is fun. And you can move the arms from side to side. You can have a lot of fun. And you could really increase your heart rate doing this. Okay. And now let's come back to our chairs, back to sitting mountain. And I invite you to take your blanket if you like and place it on your body. And you may sit all the way back into the chair, but take those shoulder blades and push them against the back of the chair. So again, you're very much engaged. And I invite you to close your eyes. Connect with that breath. And let's go back to our intention from the beginning, which is I am strong. I am secure. I am strong. I am secure. I am strong. And now let's bring the awareness and open our eyes and look around so we can find our place in the room. And now let's inhale and stretch We'll do it 3 times. Clasp the hands together, bring them right through the center of the body. One more time. Inhale and exhale. And everyone, thank you for joining me this evening. And remember, practice, practice, practice. And hopefully I'll see you all next week. Have a wonderful evening. Bye-bye.